Hello everybody, welcome to War 7 against the Shellers again, XK9. I have a treat for you guys today. In the spirit of everyone that I'm seeing on YouTube at the minute having the worst war they've ever had, I decided to have mine too. So sit back, get the popcorn and enjoy. We're going with a different team today. We've got Nimrod, Toad and Crossbones. And we're going to be going in. I'm getting ahead of myself here, so let's wait for the loading screen. Waiting, and here we are. We're going to go with path 9 in section 1 today, and path 4 in section 2, just to prove to at least myself that I'm a bit more versatile than I probably recently show. And then we've got Weapon X on the node 44, and then I forgot at this point while I was recording, but we're going with Thing on node 49, which is possibly, arguably, one of the hardest fights on the map. Anyway, we go in today for Massacre with Toad, which is this a bit of a tricky one here. It's poison and incinerate, and if you're going with an incinerate immune champ against Massacre, each time incinerate should kick in, you take big burst damage. So you need to go with the alternative, which is Toad here is probably by far the best option. The tactic has since been nerfed as well, which is great whilst we've already had a bad run and drop down, making it extra difficult to climb back up. So that's good, we're all very grateful for that. Very sarcastic if you haven't gathered by my tone. Massacre here also has 50% power efficiency, so he can just throw more specials. I didn't go with an invulnerability boost here, I really didn't need one, although I did get smacked in the face there. I'm now cornered, which is less than ideal. Not really, the fight isn't really troubling me, to be honest. Now we're just going to have to go gung-ho and brave. I didn't really intend to stun him there, but I had to take the opportunity. He's now red, so I've just got to make sure I finish him in this extended combo, and he's down. Apart from taking a hit to the face, nice and easy. And now we come up to Domino, which is possibly, I'm going with Nimrod. I shouldn't have used a tech power back boost here, which I'll explain. You obviously don't want to get power back, because if you go back to 1 bar, she gets invulnerability and then you can't kill her. This is the worst, possibly the worst death that I've had in my entire playing career in MCOC. I've had worse deaths due to poor assignments. This was a good assignment, but my God, you're in for a treat, guys. Anyone that laughs at my misfortunes, and I know there's a good few of you, this is going to be it. First of all, I looked at my Power Start 1 boost and didn't activate it. Didn't realise until now, where I'm wondering where the hell my power is. All is not lost. For some reason, normally I decided my strat today would be parry heavy until the 2 bars. Normally I would just go comboing. I was far too slow in punishing the parry with heavy, which didn't help. Domino doing domino things. I do get to 2 bars here and looking like I'm going to recover the fight, but now I'm just too slow with things. I'm playing really sloppily. A couple of parries failed. I'm taking incinerate damage just because I'm panicking and not playing very well. Too slow there. Eat the SP1. Didn't kill me that time. The fight is still on. She doesn't evade me. I get to nearly 2 bars and decide to back off for some reason, and it just all fell apart. Really, really embarrassing. You're not going to see worse play than that from me ever. There's my alarm to wake up from my nap, which I'm already up from before my night shift. And then we go back in with the appropriate boost. Still play like absolute crap. I can't seem to parry her to start with. This time I can. It's just really not going very well for me. Special 2 to finish her off, and blushing heavily. First I think I was the first to move in the alliance as well, so first death after second fire was really poor. Anyway, we come to Photon on path 4. These fights are a bit more unfamiliar to me. As you know, I don't usually run this path, but I knew that Crossbones will be purifying the debuffs and be unblockable for most of the fight, which will just make this fight pretty cheesy, and actually the only good fight of the entire war. So yeah, we're going to start by baiting out a heavy, and then Crossbones. It's not obviously a typical Crossbones fight either, just because I can keep hitting her while unblockable. So that's really nice. Just stick to, I think I do bait an SP2 actually, because she's just being stingy. At some point at least anyway. But in the meantime, this fight is going to plan and very, very smoothly. I didn't actually notice that she's unblockable there as well. So that was fun. No harm done. I did have an invulnerability boost here because I wasn't going to take any more chances. I'm now papping my pants for the rest of this war. But satisfying and confidence improving to have a nice smooth fight. Maybe I didn't bait a special too. It's fine. And she's down nice and easily. Moving up to Kraven for the next fight. Plan was to be careful of my combos here. I'm going to get every 10 seconds a power sting, and then every 10 hits on my own combo meter I will purify one. 3 debuffs on me means he'll be unblockable. And again, it should be a nice easy war. Back to mutant boosts here, if I can be bothered to find them. I don't need power back because I don't plan on throwing special 2s. And in theory this should be a nice easy fight for Toad as long as I control my combos. Again, the tactic has been heavily nerfed now, so I really don't need to worry about indestructible much unless things go really pear-shaped. I did take a hit there. He places a bleed on me, which I didn't actually anticipate would obviously count towards the debuffs. I just completely forgot about them, to be honest, which now makes him unblockable until I get all the debuffs on me. I ate a power sting there, which is fine. I'm not healing up because of the heal block. It's also fine, just need to not get hit, but he's down really, really easily. So yeah, satisfied with that, even though I made the slip up. Now we come up to Weapon X on 44, which I've done a few times with Nimrod in the past, although this time I'm shitting my pants because of the current form I'm in. Suicide's on for this, and power backs, the rest of it fully boosted. I didn't actually have full suicides on. I had them, as in I didn't have 3 and 3 in Double Edge and Liquid Courage. I thought it might have been enough. It wasn't quite, but we'll get to it. Obviously he's stun immune, so I'm just going to parry, build up my armour. It won't do me any harm to take a couple of incinerates on. I don't want to get too heavily cornered. Get to my 2 bars, fire the special 2, and it should be enough to, if not kill him, almost complete the job. And it does nuke him down, not quite enough as I would have hoped. Now he's unblockable and unstoppable, so the unblockable special one gets me out of a hole there. I do take a couple of unblockable combos, but I'm not too worried, and I know that I can finish him off with my combos, and done. By far not the smoothest version of that fight I've done, but we got there and that's fine. And now we move on to the really quite scary thing on Polka Dot Power. We're going in with Toad here. I watched a couple of videos on it and it's, whilst sort of straightforward, it's still not easy, but it should be perfectly doable. A couple of the versions I saw used Power Start 1. I'm going to stick with an invulnerability boost. This has been a really expensive war for me. I've boosted 3 separate times because I just wasn't in the headspace to do all my fights at once. But that's fine, that's on me. As long as I can get my poisons on him, I can parry him safely around stun shield. It's worth noting that even though the poison fell off of him there, it still put the stun shield on cooldown, so I was still able to parry, which is nice. Now I just have to watch his rock stacks as long if I don't have the slow on, which I will have soon. And the fight actually goes, he decks me there, which is a pain. The fight actually goes fairly well on the whole. I don't mind a bit of brute force degen. I can recover quick enough to get my hits back on and keep that degeneration minimal. I've also not got class disadvantage. I often see Wiccan used here, and that hurts a lot more. I can now hit him with his rock stacks because he has slow on, so the unblockable, unstoppable isn't going to kick in. The fight is slow but going quite smoothly. I've got plenty of prowess here for charges for the indestructible to stay at bay. And yeah, just as long as I'm careful of his rock stacks and keeping an eye on that, everything's going very well. Doesn't really matter that I'm triggering protection. The poisons are doing their job and they're doing them very well. Also, obviously, fighting thing naturally you hit into his block often anyway, which is good for the indestructible charges, so that's never going to be an issue. Yeah, he's about halfway now, so as I said, this is a very long fight, but I'm quite happy with how it's going. Just need to keep an eye on that slow. Now we are coming up to my fateful error. I thought slow was still on by this point, and I threw special 1 when it wasn't up, which got me very heavily punished. For some reason I thought my indestructible, my invulnerability boost was still active, and I lost count of the amount of charges. Pushed him red here, which I definitely shouldn't have done, although thought I would be safe until that rock hits me, and I am now know that my death is inevitable, which I'm gutted about. I was psyched for this fight, and as it was progressing I was growing in confidence. It was going really well. Yeah, just gutted on that one, to be honest. So we heel-toed back up. I make the gamble to not waste another grey boost. He's only got 90k health left, and I'm confident I can close the fight out. 3% left now, and somehow he catches me with a special 2, which I shat myself on because normally that would stun me. I think it's only when he's unblockable with 15 stacks though. So luckily, because that probably would have killed me, and we can finish the fight out. Yeah, really bad war for me, but if there's anything to make me feel better about my terrible deaths, is the fact that everyone else seemed to have their worst war ever as well. Nothing quite like teamwork and doing it all at once together. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye!